What the fuck are you thinking? What the fuck are you thinking?
Welcome to What the Fuck Are You Thinking?
Where ideas clash and comfort zones get torched.
I'm Mr. B, he's Mr. Smith.
And we're not here to play nice.
We're here to tackle politics, culture, tech, and philosophy.
The wild stuff, the heated stuff, the real stuff.
Unfiltered debates, no script, just raw thought.
Expect bold opinions, sharp minds, and a few curveballs.
So if you're tired of safe talk
and ready to question everything, this is your spot.
This is your spot.
I'm all ears.
Welcome to another episode of What the Fuck Are You Thinking? Today we're taking a serious turn here. Our Civil War, that's what's on the plate today. Our social atmosphere is very charged, and people see a storm coming. So, Mr. Smith, what do you think about this talk of civil war here in America?
I think it's coming. It's going to come quickly, and hopefully it can be stopped before it gets too late, because it's just an excuse for the government to come in and take the rest of the way over, which is what they're hoping for. They're causing this to happen. They're forcing this to happen. They're causing disruption amongst the civilians of the country so that they can come in and completely take over and take every right you have away.
Huh. Well, I agree with some of what you're saying. I definitely believe that we should be sounding the alarm over this rising authoritarian rhetoric. Democracy is definitely being eroded. Misinformation everywhere, election denialism, the attacks on the DOJ, the FBI. Yes, and things are getting way polarized. These are all things that I see in mainstream politics. It's a little frightening, but to say it's going to end in civil war where Americans kill Americans, we've been there before. I don't think we're going to end up there again.
I hope you're right, because this is getting absolutely crazy.
It definitely is. It definitely is. So let's talk first about the polarization, the political polarization, and this tribalism where you're on one side and I'm or somebody else is on the other side. What do you feel about that? Is there two different sides? Are we definitely polarizing? What do you think?
There is not two different sides. Most of the stuff that's coming is coming out of left-wing media, and they're pushing a narrative so that they can basically poke at the right-wing narrative or the right-wing conservatives to get them fired up, to cause them to do some sort of a retaliation move against the left. It's all basically part of the plan. A lot of the huge outlets that are out there lean way left, and then you have the Fox, which is the opposite of all of the other ones that are out there.
Yeah, let's
Or
not
even
even get into
Newsmax.
Fox News.
So those are the
Newsmax?
conservative ones.
Okay.
But these are your extreme lefts and your extreme rights, and most Americans aren't either. Most Americans are right down the middle. But the problem is they have this huge voice, and people just don't know what to do. I mean, I got to tell you, you know me, on Sundays, I'm gone. My phone's off most of the time, 90% of the time, and I'm out with my dog, and we're doing something. And it's got nothing to do with watching the news. It's got nothing to do with wondering what other people are doing or getting into other people's businesses. We're out in the woods. We're out climbing the mountains. I would highly suggest that people start doing that more often than fighting amongst each other on social media.
Yeah, I definitely concur that social media is evil. But I don't believe that this is all coming from the left. I definitely don't think that at all. I think that you have just as much coming from the right as you do the left. And like you said, I don't believe that it's the right or the left that is really pulling the strings here. Um, Definitely the media is feeding into both sides. And the crazy thing here is um, algorithms. If you only look up left side stories or tend to gravitate towards the right, then those algorithms are going to pick that up about you, and they're just going to feed you more and more and more of the same
Yeah,
bullshit.
you're not wrong. I can guarantee you we could put our YouTube channels side by side each other and they'd be completely different. Our Facebooks, whatever. It would be yours and mine would be completely different. The stuff that I'm watching, the stuff that I'm seeing is not even close to the same as the stuff that you're watching and you're listening. I guarantee that.
Oh, I can guarantee that too. I don't even watch the news. Why would I do that?
I don't
like
watch
to
the
be
news either.
happy.
I do watch influencers on social media. And it's an unfortunate thing that a lot of the people that I watch and I'm think very highly of are starting to push a narrative that's just plain scary, and that is starting to push taking up arms. Um, that's just not where we need to go. That's exactly where the government wants us to go. They want a reason to come in and take everything away from you.
Right, right.
We
Definitely.
all should be
There's
looking at the media. We all should be looking. We all should be mad at the media. That's it. We all of us. The whole country should be looking at the media, going, "What are you doing? Why don't you show me more stories about heroes? Why don't you show me more positive stories? Why don't you show me more things that are uplifting and morally valuable, rather than showing me horrifying things and things that I just truly don't really care about, and just shoving them down your throat all the time. You hear the same crap over and over and over again. It's like repeat, repeat, repeat. So all of us as citizens should be looking at the news going, you know what? We don't need you. Shut it off. And the media should be looking at the government going, why are you feeding us this crap? Because that's where they're getting their news from.
Yeah, I don't think it's all the media. I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire. I do believe that we have passionate Americans that believe passionately about different causes. I get that. And we've always been that way. But we've been able to understand that we're all Americans and that, we're on the same side, and find that common ground. I think we've lost that ability, or we're ignoring the fact that we're usually very good at that. It's almost as if let's take World War II. World War II brought us all together. There was an evil Axis. We all banded it together to destroy the Axis. Okay, and now we find ourselves in a position where there's no reason to come together. Remember JFK? JFK said, "Hey, let's go to the moon." We all banded together. That was a driving force. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Oh, we're all Americans. Yay! Where did that go?
Well, the government doesn't
Why,
do that anymore. The government's
why are we?
completely split.
The government has always been split, but it
Not like
hasn't
that, though.
been
There was times where they backed each other up.
right.
In times of
That's
war,
exactly what I'm saying.
things that this is not the same. This is not different political views. This is completely different, optically completely different outlooks of what America should be.
Well, no. I mean, what are we fighting over? We're fighting over inequality and wealth, the corporate, influence. Because of the lobbyists, that's eroding our trust in capitalism. There's a lack of affordable health care, affordable housing, education, systemic frustration due to all of these things. The climate change, obviously, is one. Automation threatening long-term jobs and economic stability. There's so many ways to rip us apart. And because you feel this way or I feel that way, we're forgetting the fact that although we have different points of view, we're still getting hit with the same bullshit. We're still getting
Yeah, we're
pushed
still the same.
down.
We're still the same people. Still the same
We really are.
civilization. It's always the same. It's like regurgitated stuff. Racism, poverty. It's all regurgitated. It's all regurgitated. It's all coming. Now, the people that have the power to change these things, they just aren't. And the reason why they're not is because they need the chaos amongst us so that they can do the things that they're doing behind the scenes. They're walking in there. They're getting rich. They're getting, drug companies sponsoring them, oil companies sponsoring them. If you're this, that, the other thing, these Democrats, these Republicans, these politicians, these people are making huge amounts of money off the chaos that's happening inside. I mean, you realize that on the 10th, when the assassination took place, that they voted the Epstein list to go bye-bye, like not to be seen. And that was a Republican kicking them down, Republicans kicking it down. So you're not going to see the list, Epstein list. And that's due to the fact that the Republicans said you're not going to see it. They did that on the date that the assassination happened. Did you hear anything about that in the news?
Yeah, I don't watch the news.
It
It's
doesn't
scary.
matter. You didn't see it. It's not there. It's not there because they leave that kind of stuff out.
Hey, well,
They
let's ask Bill.
strategically place chaos in certain areas so that you're looking at that chaos so that they can slip something over you and you don't know about it. Like, oh yeah, we did that. Well, when did you do that? Well, we did that during this time. Oh, well, there was a bunch of controversy going on then. Well, but you weren't paying attention, right? And we did it.
Right. Exactly.
And that's what they do. They've always done that stuff. It's ridiculous. Same thing with stuffing bills. Like you have a bill that's about A, and then they put B, C, Q, and L in there. What? Like, no, this bill is about this. You want a bill that has to do with that, then make another bill about that. Don't take a bill that's genuinely looks like a good, decent bill and then stuff it full of trash. And that's what they do. They do that kind of stuff all the time. That's why you see,
assassination.
oh, well, this bill should have been passed. Well, yeah, on the face of it, it should. But if you look at the stuffing that they put into it, it's ridiculous. It's so our politicians are ridiculous.
Well, I do agree that it's a little bit of sleight of hand. I'm going to do this over here, but look at this hand. This hand has the sparkly in it. No, I totally get that.
They do that on purpose.
Well, I don't want to criticize our president. I really don't. I don't like criticizing presidents. They have the hardest job that there is. They're under crazy amounts of stress. So please,
because the
I'm
people
not
that are
criticizing.
telling them what to do are putting them under that stress. They're just a hired hand. A president is not an authority. A president is
just
a spokesperson.
Saying, he has the opportunity right now to bring us together. He really does.
He does not.
Yeah.
No, he does not.
He does. Absolutely.
No, the people that are in charge of him don't want him to. He is not in charge. He is a spokesperson.
I don't believe he's a puppet master. I mean, he's a puppet.
Is not. He is.
I do believe that, yes, you're absolutely right. There are lobbyists that own parts of our government.
If you look at any public politician that's in the public eye that you can see with your eyeballs and hear with your ears, they are not being open-minded or thought-provoked by themselves. Somebody else is controlling them. It's just like a corporation. They are hired to be put in those positions, but the board tells them what to do. They can have a little bit of objection here and there and but the board's going to ultimately call the shots.
All right, well, let's dive into this a little bit, this political violence and extremism. What particular violence are we even talking about? Because I really haven't seen that much political violence. I've seen people protesting in the streets. I've seen a little bit of
protesting in the streets or looting and burning things down.
No. That was during Trump's first presidency. There was a little bit of looting and aggressive protesting.
Antifa. That was Antifa's days, which are over. they're over. I think they got RICO'd or put on the terror watch list or something
well,
recently.
to be fair, there was the January 6th attacks. You know,
Yep. I don't know if
That
I'd
is
call it an
definitely-
attack. I'd call it a disorganization of stumbling people into an area that they shouldn't have been. I wouldn't call it an
okay,
attack. It wasn't.
It wasn't an attack on democracy. What was their plan? What were they trying to do?
I know
Do
what
you
their
recall?
plan was, but they had no
What were they trying to
organization.
do?
Yeah,
What
you
were
said
they trying to do?
You enlightened me last time we were talking that they were stopping the president or the vice president at the time to pass over the documentation that they needed to get the next president.
Correct. Count the votes. Absolutely. All
Yeah,
the votes
that was.
are in a
I
box.
don't know if they had
Yeah,
too
yeah,
many
yeah, yeah.
margaritas or whatever and stumbled into the wrong building, but they didn't have any organization. They had no idea what they were doing.
Okay, but that
There was no way that they were gonna. They were gonna do
well, it's
anything.
similar to the Boston Tea Party when our forefathers stormed the boats and threw the tea off the ships.
No, that's not the same. That's not even close to the same. They were
What are you
organized. They
talking
knew what
about?
they
They
were doing.
thought
They
it was
started a
tyranny.
war.
All I'm trying to right. All I
There's
was
a
trying
big
to do is
difference
make
between-
a correlation.
I mean, guess you could try to, but that's a stretch. It's
Right.
a stretch.
So my whole
You're
point
talking
is
completely
if you're
different
gonna-
organizational
no,
skills involved in
exactly. That's exactly
a
what
bunch
I'm
of-
trying to say.
drunk white people storming into the Capitol to stop something.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to
No,
say.
this is not
That's
organization.
why
This is
they'll
not.
never. Dude, there can't be a civil war. Exactly what you said. We are not organized enough to take and overthrow not our government, but our government's protectors, which is our military. There's no
There would be
way.
at a time. They're not necessarily government protectors. They're technically the protectors of the people. Technically,
Sure, but
the
who's the
military.
commander in chief?
I don't. It's not Trump. Whoever's above him.
No.
Yeah.
It's President Trump. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's his job.
That's his job. He's the visual portion of he's what you see and hear.
This
He's
is
not
hey,
in
this is
charge.
why are we so backwards on this?
The guy's not in charge, bro. None of the leaders that you physically see or hear are in charge. They are people that are put there by people to do the things that they want them to do. They may give them a little
Regardless-
bit of leeway.
Regardless of who's controlling things, the real problem here is not that these people are pulling these strings. The real problem here is what we're believing that the media is feeding us, the misinformation. That's really the problem that
It is a
flames
huge
the
problem.
fan on both sides.
Yeah, it's an absolutely huge problem. The media is a huge problem. That's your
Right.
enemy,
Well,
not your neighbor. Your neighbor's not your enemy. The media is your enemy. Back in the
Right.
day, I'm still
Right.
old. I'm old, but I'm young enough to remember when you read a story or you watched a story on the news. They were giving you the story. They weren't injecting their opinion. They were just giving you the facts that they knew as they were given to them. And they weren't injecting any opinion. You could watch the news and you could form your own opinion off of what they were
Okay.
saying. That doesn't
And
happen
it-
anymore.
right. So specifically, what do you think of Fox News?
I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch news. I don't watch the news. I only watch social media people who are considered, and I don't watch Fox. The only time
What do you
I'm
thi-
sorry, hold on. If I watch Fox, it's because I'm looking for some sort of video or certain clip, not because I'm trying to watch what they're saying. But those guys
What do
that
you-
are on, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I was just going to ask, what do you think of the Daily Show with Jon Stewart
I don't-
and his
I-
cast?
I really and truly do not know. I don't know. I've seen little snippets of it here and there, but I don't watch the news. If I have the TV on, it's either YouTube or some sort of sports. That's it. I don't watch anything else.
Well, here's the issue.
Like I said, I watch Candace Owens. I can bring up a couple other people that I watch, and she's very, very interesting. You should watch her if you don't. She brings up a lot of good points and also questions what's happening, especially in light of this assassination and how they're handling it. I would highly suggest those types of people. It's just,
Again, I
So
really
bad,
don't
dude.
know much about this assassination. I've been living under a rock. I really couldn't even tell you his name. The only reason I particularly know about him is because people around me have been talking about it and how polarizing it has been. But a lot of people are not happy that he got his casket was moved in Air Force Two, and
he was
he was a Republican, and
hold on, he was a conservative.
this is about all I know.
He was conservative.
My apology.
But let's he was a Christian first.
Okay, so that's awesome.
So he was very empathetic, and he had extremely good conversations with several different races, several different sexualities, and never disregarded them. He did vigorously debate with them.
Okay. Well, you're educating me because I really know nothing about this person. I hear negative and I hear positive, and I just turn my ears off to both.
I mean, it's all on what you want to watch. If you want to watch clips that are not complete
Right.
clips, then you could absolutely take away from him that he was this and that and the other thing. But if you actually watch the entire clip in its full context and listen to the words that are coming out of his mouth, he was a Christian first.
Okay.
He had empathy.
Right.
He did
But
not discount people because of their race, their color, their sexuality.
No,
He
no,
merely
I
debated
understand
with
that.
them about the things that they were and whether they were morally correct.
So
what
was
are
it
your-
a big deal because of who killed him, or was it a big deal that he was killed?
Well,
Because our flags are
first
flying
of
at
all-
half mast, which is unheard of for this
'Cause-
type of situation.
It's my belief that it wasn't for him. The Republican, so-called Republican vote for Trump to be in office would not have won. He is the reason why most of the children that are on college campuses these years, or not children, but young adults that are on college campuses these days that are conservative, actually stand up and be conservative and feel comfortable being conservative in an extremely liberal environment.
Yeah, colleges tend to be liberal because they're young people. You
So what
usually
he-
become more conservative the
older,
older you
right.
get. Right.
But the thing is that if you were a conservative young adult and you were growing up with certain morals that disagreed with the liberal sides, you basically had to walk around campus with your mouth shut and your head hung low. You
No.
got what you could out of it. Yes.
No.
Yes,
Those
I had-
kids are more concerned with partying, drinking beer, sex, drugs, rock and roll.
To an extent, but
yeah.
when you get into the
Yes,
actual
they do
classes
like to
where
protest.
where the teachers are pushing narratives that aren't exactly I don't know, correct, then
Oh, wait a minute now. Time out. Now, normally your professors are older, so they're going to tend to be more conservative. But it
That's
all
not
really
true.
depends on it depends on the college you go to. It depends on
No.
the college you go to.
no, university teachers in general are more liberal than conservative in general.
Maybe.
And there's
Maybe.
don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with somebody who's liberal. If you to each their own, fine. The problem is that when you push it down people's throats to the point where they have no choice but to
But see,
either
that's
listen
not-
to you or
I don't see
or
that. Where are you seeing this?
this is what you're seeing on if you're looking at your mass. I'm like I said, I'm getting my news from people that are online.
Well, let's go to a
Private
college. Let's go and
broadcasters,
ask college
newscasters.
kids, hey, is this really
They
a
already
thing?
are. Watch-
Because I
go
don't
online and
believe
find your
it's a
favorite-
thing.
They are. That's why he was there. That's why he was on college campuses.
Huh.
He was on college
Well-
campuses to let conservative kids know, or young adults know, that you have a voice and you matter. And because of
Right,
that,
and-
they showed up at the polls.
Okay. So why didn't the congresswoman that was assassinated and her dog was killed? Why didn't she get any of this reaction?
because the
The
news didn't cover it.
congresswoman in Minnesota?
Yeah, news didn't cover it. It wasn't interesting. Plus, I don't know the exact details behind it, but it probably was. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But also the fact of the matter is, she had nothing compared to this man. This man was
What?
he was definitely very high visible conservative leader.
Minnesota
Extremely.
senator that was killed. Okay, that's insane. So Melissa Hortman, my
Hortman,
apology, which was she and her husband were tragically assassinated in their home, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, June 14th, 2025.
Yeah, they found a manifesto in that. That guy was actually going around trying to hit people, different people.
Exactly. So she was a Democrat.
I think all of the people on his hit list were Democrats.
Right. So what I'm saying is she was a congresswoman, correct? Yes,
Yes.
according to
Yep.
the story. Why wasn't everything dropped as it is for this particular other person that was
I'm fairly
assassinated?
certain that they did have a flag drop for a day or two. I'm not completely positive, but I think they did. I think they had some remembrance for her and her husband and dog.
And dog, you're terrible.
Is that what you said? You're the one that said it. You're the one that said he killed the dog too.
He did. It's crazy.
Well, there you go. Well, maybe
But
they didn't
what I'm
have
trying-
half mass for the dog, but
What the point
Know what
of the
I mean?
matter is that people are dying on both sides. There's extremists on both sides. It's not just the left.
right.
It's not the left's agenda to end in civil war.
No,
No,
it's not.
just like
That's the whole
The
thing
right.
about it. The reason why mainstream media is feeding the left's agenda so much is because they want to poke the right. The reason why Trump's in government right now is because there's too many of us still around that believe in freedom. As we die off, freedom's going away.
okay. Here's why I strongly disagree with America ending, because theoretically, civil war would end us as the America we know ourselves as now. This is a big reason.
It may
why.
not win in a blood battle of a civil war, but America's ending. It's America as we know it in 5 years is going to be completely different than what we are now.
Well,
If we're
definitely
even
gonna
able
be
to have a
different.
conversation like
I'm
we're on
different
YouTube
tomorrow.
right now doing a podcast or on whatever platform that we decide to put our podcast onto, I highly doubt in 5 years that this will be available to us if we're even
Well,
alive.
Well, you never know. You never know when God will call you home. The point of the matter here is the reason I don't think this is going to happen is because it's already happened in our past. We know this. Now, there are some areas where if you forget your history, yeah, it's going to repeat itself. But this is too fresh in our memories. Obviously, Nazi Germany had a genocide where they went and killed Jews. Darfur, they were African tribes that were labeled as inferior by Arab militants, and they were called slaves and animals. And then, of course, there was Rwanda. I mean, these things are recent history. Where what
If that's
Rwanda
even though
was,
Rwanda is still
Tutsis
going on, isn't
and
it? The Houthis.
No. They do have political unrest right now, but they're not killing each other. But the point of the matter is, in all three of these situations, what they did was they dehumanized a particular sect of the population.
Which is what they're doing right now.
No, it's what both
In the
sides
US.
are doing. It's what
They're
both sides are
dehumanizing each other.
They're dangerously coming close to that.
Yeah,
It's not just
and
one
it's-
side.
And it's ridiculous.
And that was the tragic thing about the Civil War. It was brother killing brother.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. If I'm ever looking at my brother down the barrel of a gun, I'm putting my gun down.
Thank
That's
you.
fact.
Thank you. No, I'm doing the same thing. Absolutely.
It's fact. I'm not going to. I'm not going to shoot other. I'm not going to be walking these streets shooting other Americans. It's not going to happen. If anything happens or anything kicks off like that, I'm in a defensive mode only. This has got to. No. This is
Right.
not the way. This is not the way.
No,
Taking up
it's
arms
not.
against your fellow Americans and this is not the way. This is what they want this to happen. They want you
Well,
to do
I'm not-
this. The powers that be want this to happen because if it happens, it shows you're acting the fool, and now they got to come in and smack you on the hand and take your rights away. Don't do it. Stay away from this type of rhetoric. I beg of the
Yes.
people that I watch on YouTube, very big influencers, very big right influencers at that, don't push this narrative. Don't push it. Push
100%.
unity. Get through the fact that sometimes somebody wants to wear a dress and you're going to walk by them and you don't think that they're a male and you don't think they're a female, but it's not going to ruin your day because it doesn't have anything to do with you. Just get past it.
Right.
It's okay.
So the next steps that would mark the Civil War is coming is you would have a lack of empathy, international empathy, or a delayed response.
that's been there for a long time. We've had
no,
lack
not
of
at all.
empathy,
This
lack of
person was
empathy,
just killed. Huh?
lack of empathy.
Yes.
You've just talked about the congresswoman. You don't even nobody. I didn't. I remember her name because I think recently they just had the memorial for her or something.
Right.
Did I hear about it? No. No. This particular
No.
person that was just recently assassinated. Yeah, of course you're going to hear about this.
Right.
This is huge. This is
And
huge.
The step
This
after that
literally
is
was the
systemic
light
or
of-
organized killing. That's what we have to be
No,
worried
this was an
about.
This was an organized killing. This was not.
This was
Big-
one
this
person
isn't-
assassinating
not.
another. That's
No,
not
it was not.
organized killing.
Nope. No, it was not. This is what the FBI is feeding you, and it's a lie. It's an absolute bogus lie. This kid did not do this alone. There's no way. There's several reasons why I say that. Number one, in the first gleaming point that is right there on the news for you to watch and see, is they said that he had a hunting style bolt action rifle and that he climbed up onto the roof and it was in pieces and he put it together with a screwdriver, took a shot, disassembled said rifle, placed it into the woods later on, okay, but left the screwdriver on the roof where he took the shot. When you see a picture of the recovered so-called weapon, it is fully assembled. It is not wrapped in a towel. It is in a cardboard box like you would purchase it at a firearms place. How did he put it back together after he just took somebody out and left the screwdriver on the roof and put it in a box when they claim that it was wrapped in a towel?
I haven't seen any official
If they took a
reports.
picture of this rifle, shouldn't have been in pieces? Shouldn't it have had a towel wrapped around it or near it? Why was it sitting in the exact box that you purchased it from the store? And how did he put it back together? And why would he take the time to disassemble it? And in the time that he was back up on his feet, running across the roof, the shot was fired. Everybody was ducking and running. It wasn't even 2-3 seconds before they said, this guy's now he's running across. They stated that he took that gun apart, stuffed it back down his pants, ran into the woods, left the screwdriver, the tool in which he used to take the gun and put the gun together and apart, on the roof where
Okay.
he took the shot. And then they found the gun fully assembled in a box.
Okay, time out. This is
BS.
sounding
This is
like the
crap.
Kennedy assassination.
It absolutely is completely
I
and
have
totally
not
not
checked
even
any
close
of
to being
these
truthful.
facts.
This stuff that they're feeding these is BS, completely total dog crap.
Oh, all right. So we're to the point now where we're looking for common ground. Mr. Smith, a lot of what we've said is pretty much parallel to each other. Although you may think that, it's definitely going to happen. And I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's in anybody's best interest, especially people that might be behind the scenes pulling the strings. I don't believe that any of that is good for making money. I really don't.
I think that it's in the short term, I don't think it's good for them to make the money. But I think that in the long term, that if they actually break us down to the point where we're fighting each other with bullets on the streets, then they can come in and militarize and completely take away everything. And then they can rebuild to a structure that they already know makes money. I think the U.S.
Huh.
is not an asset anymore. I think we're losing too much money, and so they want to restructure the way that it is outputting its money for them. And they can't do it the way that it currently is.
Well, we definitely can agree on personal freedom, respect for each other and the traditions of America. We can agree that both sides are corrupt, and obviously neither one of us support a civil war. Yeah, this is sobering talk. It really is. I never
It's
in a
sad.
million years
It's
thought
sad to have this talk right now.
I never thought we would be talking like this. This is
I completely agree. I don't think that this should be uttered out of anybody's mouth. I don't think that the thought of actually going out and doing this type of thing is in the least bit glorifying or helpful or trying to prove a point. Any of that stuff. None of that stuff. This is completely destructive. This is absolutely totally against the American value. No, this is not at all in the least bit okay to be even hint at taking up arms against your own countrymen. And whether you believe what they're doing is correct or not, man, just take a day off and shut your phone off and go out in the woods. Go adopt a dog and go walk. Get a fishing pole. I mean, something.
Yeah.
Like, get off
Yeah.
the social media. Get off the news. I mean, come on. Just first be comfortable with yourself, then present yourself to others.
yeah, I like that. Very true. Very true. All I have is a little line from a famous person. He said that a house divided cannot stand. Abraham Lincoln.